by, drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready for this year to be over. Everyone. Okay, so yay, we're going to have such a good year, you guys. And so it starts now. Katie Bowen on our team said, we're going to pretend like January 1 started December 1st, and we're just going to do it. So here we are going to do it. And Stacy, do you want to go ahead and lead with like what we want to talk about at the beginning? I have my notes.
Yes, you guys, I'm so excited. This is my 6th December, believe it or not, with It Works, which is absolutely crazy. It's going to be our 20th anniversary in 2021. So like drop a 2 if you are just so pumped for all the announcements, all the goodness, all the bonuses, just everything that the CEOs are going to bring to us, you guys. Like, I don't know the info yet. I don't know if Kara does. But I know people who do, and they are like jumping at the bits. And so I want you to mark your calendars for December 29th at noon EST, because that's when they're going to drop all the goodness, all the info. They're not waiting for conference. Usually we have to wait for that great weekend where we all get together in Florida. But this year they're like, screw that. We're going to end 2020 with a bang. Like, drop a 3 in the comments if you're ready to go, because I have never been so amped up for a December ever. And I've never been so excited for what's to come for our business. And so just to kind of drop some numbers for you guys, because I want you to drop a heart in the comments if the past few months or year or however long you've been in the business, maybe you've been in a week and you're struggling, I don't know, but drop a heart if you're either struggling in your personal life, if you're in a valley in your business, however it is, okay? Because I want to tell you guys, it's okay to not be okay. And there's only one option you have. You can either sit down and shut up, or you can stand up and you can fight back. And I'm ready to fight back. I don't know who else is ready to fight back, but I'm ready to kick 2020 in the ass, excuse my language, but I'm ready to let it go. And I'm ready to go into 2021 and just open my hands and receive whatever the Lord has to bless me with. So Kara and I are going to drop some numbers for you guys. These are our personal numbers, so income disclosure here, but we want to show you that sometimes a valley is only there to move the mountain, and you can only dig yourself out of that valley and move the mountain if you're on the bottom. And so I'm ready to move mountains in 2021. So I restarted my business in November of 18. So in December of 18, you guys, I had just started my business, but I had 5,616 in volume. I was Ruby, and my paycheck was $642. Okay, that was December. So I was like a higher paid Ruby, but a lot of that was personally enrolled. Now, 5 months later in April, okay, I just want to put this out there for anybody who's hanging around 5,000 in volume, whether it's diamond, emerald, maybe you're a rock star and you're just a distributor. And I don't want to say just a distributor, but I just want to say you're only at distributor level and you haven't moved up yet in the ranks, but you're a rock star and you're getting that volume. This is what can happen when you plant seeds right now. And this is why we want to give you a pump up Zoom right now, because this is when we plant seeds. We work our business right now for March. We work our business right now for April. We work our business right now for the next 3 months. And if you think that this is a vacation and you can just sit back and sit out in December, it's not. You need to be doing double days right now, like double. If you've ever heard of a football team who does like two-a-days. Yeah, two-a-days. They don't like exit a victory and say, oh, I wish we would have only done one-a-day practices. No, they're like, thank God we worked overtime so then we could make the win, so we could get the W. And so I worked overtime, you guys. I stayed super consistent. I did all the things. 5 months later, my volume was 27,533. I was a double diamond. And get this, you guys, I went from $642 to $7,891. Okay? Imagine a $7,000, $891 check. I could never make that in teaching. That was like 4 months of teaching for me. And it was like crazy. Now, I want to project this for you from last year, okay? So I went double diamond in 2019. Last December, and I want to show you this too. You guys, it's okay if you've lost volume. It's okay. It happens. It's life. There's ebbs and flow to the business. And guess what? Network marketing was not made for the weak. So stand up, sister, put those big girl panties on, and let's go get that volume, because this is what can happen, okay? Last December, I had 12,175. My paycheck was diamond, and it was $1,011, okay? $1,000. 6 months later in June, I had 49,017 in volume. I was triple diamond, and I made $9,218, $9,218. And on my husband's account, he was my double, and he was bringing in 5,000. So alone, we brought in $14,000 in 1 month. That was half a year of teaching for me in 1 freaking month. You drop a job below that's not network marketing that you can get paid that money and do what we do and work for 2 hours a day, because you don't have one out there. There is not one. Mark pays us, you guys, so well to help people. So this is what I want to tell you guys right now too. And I'm going to tell you what my volume was last month, because I'm not proud of it. But I'm also going to project to you what's coming for me. And I want you to think about what's coming for you. Because if your volume was not where you want, if you lost rank last month, don't be brave. You don't have to put it in the chat. I'm not going to make you call yourself out. But we all know who we are in our hearts and in our minds. And guess what? You don't have to stay there. You can get up and you can work and you can do, okay? So I ended the month at 23,057, okay? And to some of you, you're like, how am I ever going to get that volume? But for me, I went from 49,000 in June to 23, and I got paid diamond last month. So I went triple to diamond. So my paycheck this month is going to be real low, and we're not going to tell my husband, but I have planned for this season. I have saved money, and I've been responsible with my riches, right? Okay. I've tithed, I've given back, and I've saved. Okay. I'm projecting for myself and my team that by June, we'll have 150,000 in volume, that will be a presidential team, and that my paychecks are going to be 20,000, and that so many people on my team are going to be making over $5,000 to $10,000 because they're just working their asses off right now. So that's what I'm projecting. I want you to put your volume that you are projecting for yourself in March in the chat, that you are projecting for yourself in April, that you are projecting for yourself in June. And I want to tell you guys, literally, you can do this. I am no one special. Look at me. I'm holding my kid. I have a messy bun in. You're lucky I have a bra on. Okay. I didn't even wash my face today, and I don't even know if I brushed my teeth, and it's 8:15. I don't know. Nobody's special. I'm just going to tell you, you have to get up. You have to do the things. You have to do it. I love the chat. Okay. So Kara, you give me some numbers, because I want to see what your numbers were, because Kara's got some, thought mine were impressive.
Guys.
Wait for this.
You guys, okay, June 2015, I joined this business. That month I ended with 1,597 volume. I was in the business for pure brand new, you guys. You can pull in 1,500 volume in a month. Even if you're not new, you can do that yourself. My check was $176, and my husband was at September 20, July, August, 3 months of business, promoted to Emerald with 9,000 volume. My check was $635.56. December, every December, I go down every December, but I'm going to show you guys this perspective, okay? In December of 2015, I dropped to 6,000 volume. I was paid as an executive, paid $310.35. I had 2 options. One was to quit, one was to keep going. I knew what this business could do for me and my family, and I kept going. So that was paid out in January because it was my December commission, you guys. In February, I promoted to diamond. At the time, they had $20,000 diamond bonus. They doubled them. And then the next month I promoted to double diamond. How did I do that? The whole time, you guys, I was working on that next chart. So even though I was being paid as an exec, I was working on my diamond chart, right? There just wasn't, the volume just wasn't there yet. The people were there. I had maybe 1 or 2 people who were working. And then I would pull up my double diamond chart, right? And so I would get out my double diamond chart. And so I was still working on the next rank, even though I was still being paid as an executive. And so from December to March I went double diamond. My check went to $3,831, but then it kept going by June that same year. So you guys, from a $310 check to $5,028.29 when I was a year in. Okay, then fast forward to December 2018. So you guys, the whole time I've been maintaining diamond or double diamond from 2016 to 2018, right? If nothing changes, nothing changes. You all want to know what wasn't changing? I wasn't growing my network. I wasn't doing enough. I thought I was doing stuff. I was scrolling Facebook. I was scrolling Instagram, and it was not income producing. I wasn't teaching what I was doing. It was me putting in vacation. If you haven't learned this, write this down. Whatever you're doing to get customers and distributors, you just teach your team that. Even if it's 2 people, right? Even if there's 1 person on your team that says, okay, I do want this, you message them every time you get a customer and every time you get a distributor, and you say, hey girl, I just want to let you know I use this post and here's my conversation. Feel free to use it, right? We don't force feed people. We just help those who want it. And so I did that. I learned how to duplicate. That is how simple it is. Just whatever you're doing to put in distributors and customers, teach 1 to 2 people that. If you have 4 people, teach 4 people, right? Whatever it is, doesn't matter. You can go double diamond with 1 or 2 people working on your team. That's all you need. In December 2018, I had 36,000 volume. I was a double diamond and I made $4,885. And that was my lowest check of the whole year. In February 2019, I had 65,000 volume. I went triple diamond, right? Went back to triple diamond. And my check was $11,800. This is where it gets good. In March, so I went from $4,855, which is still good money. 3 months later in March, my team brought in 110,000 volume. I went prez and my check was $20,669.62. Just my check. That doesn't include my husband, which is like $4,000 to $6,000 usually. Okay. Then, so you guys, I went from 36,000 volume to 110,000 volume. December 2019, so last December, I dropped to 39,000 volume. I had a $4,092 check. But you know what? Last year I made $189,000 with It Works last year. So do you think I get mad whenever I make $4,000 check at December? No. I mean, my husband still was making probably a $4,000 check too, so it's like $8,000. Between him and I, we made $198,000 last year in 2019. Okay. That's why you guys have to have a bigger vision. It's not always about like, I could have been like, oh, I have a $4,000 check. I'm going to quit, right? Wah, wah. Tell somebody who cares, right? You guys, it's all about your vision and it's all about your work ethic. Because in this business, you're going to go up and down. That's why when it's high, when you make $20,000, you better be putting in enough to save a little bit. So that way in December, whenever I had really like $8,000 check, I wasn't like crying the blues, right? We live off our medium paychecks and we save a little bit of the rest. Okay. December 2019, 39,000 volume. I told you that. Paid as a double diamond, 4,092 volume. But this is where it gets good. In June this year, our team went from 39,000 volume in 6 months to 167,000 volume. 167,000 volume. And between Justin and I, our checks were $20,000 a month. That is telling you guys anything can happen. Even if you're an executive, you can go press. I know people, honestly, in this business that have went press within a year. That's legit. Like within a year in the company. How? They just did the work, you guys. They put in the distributors, they put in the customers, they teach us people to do the same, right? Same thing over and over and over and over again. This business is so simple. You guys can have whatever you want out of it. I know that our team will have 550,000 volume total next year. So do you want 100,000 of that? Because I told you that you can have a $20,000, 669 and 62-cent paycheck. Just one of the paychecks with 110,000 volume. Who wants that? Claim it in the thing. You guys, this is not rocket science. You might look at things and you're like, oh, that seems like so much. No. You know what my brain does? Okay, who can I help? Da, 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 da. And putting people in the boxes, go to the next thing, right? Like, who wants coffee? Because I lost 49 pounds with the coffee. So sign me up, sister. Like, coffee and Quinn's all day long, whatever. You have to have belief in the products. If you haven't, start there. Try a product that you love. You don't have to love everything, but you have to love something. Find at least one product that you cannot live without, and you talk about it all day long. And you do host to post about it, and you add to your network, and all that. And that's all you got to do. And then you just have to ask people if they want to make money, and then you just have to help them do the same thing. It's so simple. Sometimes we overcomplicate it because we think, oh, I have to do this and this and this. You guys, it's so simple. Put customers in the computer, put distribution in the computer, repeat over. This is simple. This is simple work. And we get paid a lot of money to do those two things. That's all I really got for the numbers thing. Sorry, I hope I got you guys excited.
Okay, so these are the things you're like, okay, you're telling me your numbers, but like, how the heck am I going to get there? Okay, so how many people are thinking that? Like, well, what did you do? How did you do it? Right? So basically, if you don't have your chart out and you're charting every single day, like you're cheating yourself of any promotion. Okay, so like legit, if you have a whole double diamond chart and only 2 people are working, sister friend, you need to go back to the basics and you need to recruit new people. If you look at your chart and you're like, oh shoot, I haven't recruited anybody in, I don't know, 6 months or last 3 months, then you need to start recruiting, because the only way, like, you are totally capable. I have gone diamond by myself twice. I went double diamond almost by myself with just like a little tiny bit of help. But I'm here to tell you that it's so much more fun to do it with people who want it just as bad as you do, or people who are new and are coachable. Okay. So maybe you're like, okay, I'm new, I'm killing it with loyal customers, I'm having a hard time with distributors. Sometimes it's not the work that you're doing, it's just doing more of the work that you're doing. Okay. Sometimes we're all looking for like a magic host to post or a magic message or whatever that magic is going to be. But sometimes the magic is just in you. It's just you believing in you and staying consistent with your work ethic and you not doubting it. Because I'm here to tell you that, like, yes, my numbers may have fluctuated, my paychecks may have fluctuated, but the one thing that has always stayed consistent is the belief that I have in myself, knowing that I can do this. Okay. There's months where I'm like, oh, I demoted. Well, did I chart every day? Probably not, because I didn't want to look at the numbers, because I didn't want to look at who quit my team, because I didn't want to face the music. And some of us might be there. Some of you might be like, I don't even want to look at my paycheck from last month. Then don't look at it, because you have one choice on the 8th of the month. You can either celebrate or you can cry about it. And guess what? If you cry about it, take 5 minutes, cry it out, or don't even look at it and move on and be like, okay, I'm not going to spend a week. I've had leaders who have spent a week literally been like, oh my God, I went from 2,000 to 400, or I went from 2,000 to 200, or I used to make 500 and now I'm only making $80. Well, guess what, sister? That's on you. Just like me. I'm going from making $9,000 to $1,000, but that's on me. It's nothing that I did or didn't do. It's just my effort. Right.
Well, and let's talk about that. That's why the average is so important, because you guys, when Stacey gets her 1099, she's still going to she made a lot of money last year. And I love that you said it's on you. And I are laughing in the chat, like you said, Stacy. I want to reiterate that. Have your chart every day. I text Dakota every day and I'm like, hey girl, send me your chart. Like I won't even move a customer till she sends me your chart. Sorry, Dakota. But you need to find someone like that too, that will chart. Like, and the reason why, you guys, we could do it for you. I could chart Dakota out and send it to her every single day. But guess what? She would never know how to chart. I have 3 different kids. Drop a 3 in the chat if you have a kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, or whatever. If you have kids, let me know in the chat. Okay, I have kids. The first kid was the first kid. We taught her everything. She could build a fortress probably, right? By the 3rd kid, I was so tired. I don't even know if she knows how to tie her shoes, okay? What I'm saying is that it's just like your kids. When you teach your kids how to do it, they'll be successful for life. If you don't teach your kids, if we don't teach you guys, then you won't know how to do it. You're not going to be successful because we're not going to always be on your chart, right? And if you've never had help, guess what? I want to encourage you. I never, ever, not one time. I take that back. My upline, who does not work anymore, messaged me this year and gave me a customer. So I can't say that anymore. But besides that one customer, I've never ever been placed a distributor or customer underneath me. So if you don't have help from your upline, guess what, sister? You can still do this. I did this. We didn't have, some parents are like, we walked 10 miles to school with no shoes, whatever. Okay. You guys, you have everything you need. I promise you. You also can just text your upline tonight and say, hey girl, this is what I'm going for. Like, what tips do you have for me? Text your diamond leader. Even if it's not your upline, text your diamond leader. People want to help you. I will not beg anyone to work. No one's going to beg you to work. I know who wants it, who plugs into me, right? If I don't message Dakota, she messages me. If I don't message Ashley, she messages me, right? They know. It's like we hold each other accountable. And so you guys have to, don't just assume that you're like hanging out there and that person doesn't want to work with you. It's not that at all. They probably just don't even know if you want this, right? Because we put people on the computer. Have you guys ever done that? And you're like, I don't even think they want to work this business. And then that person might be thinking, they don't even want me to work this business, right? It's like, let's stop that right tonight and let's figure out if you want this, you text your diamond or your upline if they're really involved, and you say like, I want this. This is my chart, or text them in the morning. This is my chart. These people aren't working. This is the structure. Whatever you want to say. What do I need to do? Right? Take responsibility. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm just so excited. Okay, go ahead.
I think too, it's like sometimes
we
we're
want to hear
preaching
from everyone every day.
I think sometimes we're preaching to the choir, because you guys should literally give yourself some claps for showing up, because you guys are the ones who are going to take it to the next level. There's people who saw this graphic who are looking and seeing, but they're like, I don't have time. They're making excuses. I could make an excuse and say, oh, I have to feed my baby right now. No, but guess what? I'm not. And that's what it's going to take in 2021, you guys. It's going to take showing up. It's going to take sacrifice. I wake up at 5:30 every single day. So let's talk about routine. You're going to have to get into a really good routine in order to get to where you want to go. You're going to have to sacrifice some sleep. You might have to sacrifice going out with friends. You might have to sacrifice spending some time with your husband. I think promotion season is like my husband's favorite time, because he gets to buy a new video game and then he gets to go to the basement and I'm like, see you in freaking May. You know what I mean? So like legit, we do well apart, which is good. But some husbands don't do well with that. So you might have to sit down and have a hard conversation. Get your kids on board. Be like, listen, what do we want to do in 2021? What vacation do we want to go on? Because mommy's bringing in the bacon and we're going to do it. Okay? So I need you guys to do something too. You need to set small goals. Okay? So I always suggest having a small goal in mind and a big goal in mind. You guys need to know what you're working for. I talked to 3 of my diamond leaders so far this month and have done one-on-ones. And each of them were like, yeah, I kind of lost vision of what I've done or where I'm going. Okay. So it's like, if you don't know where you're going, then guess what, sister? You're not going to get there. If you don't know what you're working for, it's okay. Reevaluate. Look at your goals. What is your big goal? What is your small goal that you can hold in your hand? Because if you don't know, then it's never going to happen. And one of the things that I will
Yeah.
say is the first time I went diamond, it was like the epitome. I was at my mountaintop. I never thought I would get anywhere else. And I lost it and it crumbled. And maybe you're sitting there right now you were diamond, you were double diamond, you were triple diamond. And you're like, how am I supposed to fix this? You can do this. You can do this. It's just a fact of making a decision. And it's like, I look at Brooke and it's like, she had a really hard first trimester, but then she woke up one day and she decided, I've had enough. I need to get my ass to work, because if I want to stay home with my kid, then I have to do the things, whether I want to do them or not. And let's touch base on that. Sometimes I wake up, you guys, and I don't want to do the work. I don't feel like doing the work. I don't feel like messaging. I don't feel like posting, but I still do it because this is my job. I have been called here by a higher power, and I'm so favored and unconditionally loved by someone who saw a bigger power, like a bigger calling for me. I never knew that I was going to be here. I just wanted to teach, but now I get to teach people how to do exactly what I do, right? So that is your power. Find what your superpower is. You don't have to be me, and you don't have to be Carrie. You don't have to be Brooke or Morgan or anybody else that you look up to in this business, but you have to be yourself, and you have to find out what your niche is in the business. So I want you to start setting small goals, and I want you to focus on the little wins. Guess what? This month might be tough. People are going to tell you, oh, it's a bad time. It's not a good time. Money's tight. Who's gotten that? Drop a 1 in the comment if you've gotten
Only if you think that, though, because
No, I've
only
had a
if
lot
you
of people
think
tell me
that.
that.
Well, oh, I was
I'm
gonna say,
just saying,
because
my personal
there's like
experience.
5 of us that are.
No, this month a lot, it's probably just who I'm talking to. You know what I mean? Like host to post. But what I'm saying is, you might hear a lot of that, and you could stop and be like, oh, it's not working. Or you could just keep going and find those wins. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't focus on the no's. I focus on the people who are going to say yes. I don't, because if you're focused and you're like, 8 people told me no today, it's like, no, sister, you have to continue. Don't count the no's. Count the, oh, they said no right now. But yeah, exactly. Next. Favorite, Kara's favorite. Thank you. Next. I love it.
Thank you. Next. You guys haven't
Yeah.
ever heard me say that. That's my motto. I'm like,
Yes.
thank you. Next.
Yes.
Bye, Felicia. No, just kidding. Because they always come back around. And you guys, this is what, if you're getting that, like Stacey said, write their name down. If they're kind of interested, but now it's not a good time, but focus on the yes. And so then you just need to go talk to more people, right? Like yesterday I messaged 200 people and I signed up 2 customers. Not a bad day. I'll take it. Like, so like 200 people, right? Like if you want to be where I'm at, if you want $20,000 paychecks, you better be messaging 100 people a day. And how? You better be growing your Instagram, growing your Facebook, post to post, whatever you got to do. Because if you don't message people, someone else will. And so I want you guys to drop in the chat real fast, like Stacey just talked about, I want you guys to drop a short-term goal. Where do you want to be in 3 months in this business? Drop that in the chat right now. Where do you want to be and why? Everyone drop that. Where do you want to be in 3 months in this business and why?
Kara, where do you want to be in 3 months?
Oh, I'm writing mine right now.
Oh, you are? Well, I can't type. Sorry, guys. Because I got debt.
Oh, you're good. Okay.
Janetta, I'm reading.
And I put ambassador on my husband's account to create a strong future for our children, leave legacy. These are diamond because I got debt, double diamond, pay out 2 credit cards, emerald, doing the time, emerald. These are so good. Ruby, triple. These are so good. You guys get specific. Even if you don't want to be specific in a chat, you have to be specific. And then the next thing I want you to do is think about where you want to be. If you do that, when you do that in 3 months, where you want to be in 6 months. Because it's always like Stacy and I have had this conversation before. When you hit a rank, you better be thinking about the next, because some of you guys have hit high ranks, but you weren't ready for the next, right? Because you're like, I never thought I would get to diamond. What's next? Stacy and I had that conversation when she went diamond, and this time, I think, diamond or double diamond, and I was like, okay, next. And so it's always next. So like, we're going to be popping new diamonds this month, and then they're going double, then they're going triple. You're always working on the next thing. It's what keeps your chart strong and rolling. I have 2 Target gift card winners. I just did random.org, and I just numbered your all's faces, the order on my thing. So text me your email so I can send those to you. Jenna Muse is the first one.
Yay!
And the other is Tina.
Yay,
Tina!
Woohoo! That's exciting.
You guys both won 2 $10 gift cards. We just wanted to reward 2 people that were on tonight. And so I like just counted the boxes and did my random.org, and that's who it is. So enjoy a treat, whatever you want on us.
Yes.
Okay. So we just really are really excited because we wanted to pump you guys up tonight. We want to give you a vision of where you are and where you're going. We want to be real with you guys. It's going to take sacrifice. Like, look, baby Lola has 102 fever from shots, and I could have been like, I'm skipping out tonight, you guys, but I committed, and so I'm here. And that small sacrifice of being on here for 37 minutes, you guys, is how I get to stay home with her. So you can let your why either be your excuse, or you can let it drive you.
Okay, so we're going to end this, you guys, and Kara, we're all going to close our eyes. Okay? There's so much power in envisioning. Okay? And Kara's going to talk over us. And hi, Lola. All right, so close your eyes.
Sorry, you guys. I'm going to thank you to my child, who is such a good helper. Okay, close your eyes. Okay. I don't even know how I did this last time, but I'm going to give it a wing. Okay, imagine yourself 6 months from now. Where are you? Who's with you? What does your bank account look like? When you open up your credit cards and they're all paid off, what does that feel like? Think about what you do each day, your dream. You're living your dream. So what are you doing every single day? I want you guys to pretend like you're opening up your checking account, looking at the deposit that you guys, that will or has changed your life, been deposited into your account. Imagine what that looks like. Open up your e-suite, look at your volume, see all the names of these people that also are changing their lives. They call you, they text you. What does that look like? And I want you to just imagine everything is in abundance. So anything that you could ever dream, want, you accomplish. And now you get to make new goals, which is so exciting. How does it feel to have accomplished what you set out to do? Good, doesn't it? Yes. Okay. And I want you to open your eyes. Wherever you were in that place, whatever you did, it's God's calling on your heart. And God put this vehicle, none of us probably woke up and were like, oh, we're going to be wrapped coffee slingers, right? No. But God put this vehicle in our lives because A, we get to change a whole bunch of more people's lives. And B, we get to change our lives. You get to change your family's life. You get to change your legacy. You get to change where you're going to be a year from now, where you want to be. Anything you want is possible through this vehicle. It's just work to get there. And it's not hard work. It's just consistent work. And every time when you're having a bad day, I want you to think about how it feels when that's done. And remember your why, and you're always going to push on, because your why is so important that the only way you can get it right now is through this vehicle, right? And so don't take that for granted, that God put you here for a reason. I truly, truly believe that. I pray for people who come into my business that I can help and that want to be helped. And we're just so blessed to have all you guys on our team. We love you guys so much. And we want nothing but the best for each and every one of you. And that's why we pour into you guys and want to do this tonight for each of you so we can show you that it doesn't matter where you are today, where you were last month, where you end. You can go wherever you want to go. The sky is truly the limit. You just got to go do the things. So, does anyone want to say a prayer?
Is Sammy on?
Anybody?
If she's not on, I'll pray.
I doubt it because.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you pray because she's not on.
Yes. All right. Ready, Colton? All right. Bow your heads, guys. Lord, we just come to you tonight and we just pray over every single person on this Zoom. I just pray so much abundance over their teams, over their lives, over all the people that they don't even know are going to be joining their business this year and who are going to go diamond and who are going to be their next presidentials and who are going to take them ambassador, and they're going to be able to help so many people. And in that, Lord, they're going to be able to bless so many other people. We know that you are our everything and that you are truly the keeper of time. So we are going to open our hands. We're going to give you our charts. We're going to fill all those boxes with people and lives that are going to be changed, Lord. And we know that you already know who are in those boxes. You already have given us the conversations. We just pray that we open our eyes and we can see every single person that you have set in our paths to help change, Lord. We just pray that on the bad days, we run to you and we lean in on our faith and we lean in on our teams. And we just pray on the good days that we praise you and that we know that it's all you anyways who is in the control of it. We just pray over 2020 ending with a bang and 2021 starting with a bang. I just pray over the health and safety of all of our team and all of their families. And we just love you so much, Lord. And we thank you for all of the abundance and blessings that are here and that are coming. Amen. All right, guys.
Amen.
Let's go
okay.
kill the month.
2020 starts